Hello, guys. So we have this opportunity this week to continue our preparation for the holiday of Shavuot, the holiday that will happen exactly 49 days after the day of Passover. And we keep on working. And this week we have a very supportive energy from the universe that will allow us to be the most precise with our work and to see the blessings on the way until we get there. So we're talking about two chapters this week, Behar and Bechukotai. Behar and Bechukotai. There are many, many rules. There are many, many laws that they are talking. But what is it for me? What can I receive from this week? What is the tune, the energy in the air? So the first thing we are learning is the fact that when the Israelites had the manna in the desert, it was not really something they ate, maybe something very small, but the truth, it was full of light. They actually ate light. How amazing is it? And we have this opportunity also now. We don't have to be in the desert to be able to eat light, to breathe light, to experience light in everything that we do. But there is something that we need to pay attention to do so we can relate to that light. Because at everything that we do, we have the material aspect, the physical aspect, and we have the light that fills it up. Correct? So if I am passing my days using the different things that I need to use, doing the different things that I'm doing, I'm connecting, even I'm studying Kabbalah, but I am not pausing and meditating to relate to the light that is hidden in it. So it will be a simple teaching. Thank God the Kabbalah teaching is not leaving us just with the intellectual part. It allows us, the way that we study in the Kabbalah Centre, it allows us not only to be occupied with the 1%, but it's activating in us the desire to change, the desire to improve, the desire to do. So that's one of the blessings of the teaching. But let's go back to the topic of today, the idea of today. The point is, as I said, in everything we have the physical aspect and the injection of light that exists in it. And the question for us is, to which part am I relating? If I'm relating to the physical part, it's an energy that will finish. And if I'm eating, I'll have to eat again and again and again. I'll still feel empty. If it's breathing, right, I will, I don't feel like that I really took energy. I'm really enlightened from inside, or whatever else that we are going to do. For this, we want to remember to pause and to channel our thought to the inner energy that exists in the matter. Means that when I'm about to eat something, to pause, to allow the light to fill up the food that we are about to eat with endless light. So when I'm going to take a bite, I'm going to feel that endless energy. When I'm breathing, I'm going to feel that energy that stays with me. And when I'm doing and I'm behaving in that way, when we will get to Shavuot, to that holiday, we will feel the difference. We will prepare ourselves to actually live the gifts and the present and the fulfillment of life that will be present that day. It's a very special day, by the way. It's a night of study. It's a night of a connection that is highly recommend not to sleep during that night, because it allows us to relate to the power of life and vitality, to immortality, okay? It says that whoever is gonna stay awake and connect properly that night is promised for him to stay alive until Rosh Hashanah. And in Rosh Hashanah, we are doing the work. It's another holiday that in which we are doing the work, the spiritual work, to insert life and prosperity and continuity for the whole year until Shavuot. So we can't, like this, we are closing a cycle. Okay, so, but coming back to the point, the focus, one focus is relating to pause, to allow the injection of the light, the filling up the material with endless light, and then to meditate that when I'm using whatever it is, food, breathing, whatever it is that I'm doing, work, money, etc., I am relating to the light of the matter and not the matter itself. I don't want to relate myself with something that is ending, but I want to connect to the endless light that is hidden in that matter. I want to read from the Zohar to allow us to connect to this idea. Which is verse number 55 in portion Behar in the Zohar. ואילה תתאר לקבלה, היטוב יתרחק מינה, ולה תקרב בעדה, לה תקרב לגו אתון נורה יקידה, ואי תקרב בהדה בתחילו, כמן דדחיל ממותה. דהה כדין נורה דליק, והוקיד אלמה בשלהובוי, וכדבן דתאר לקבלה היטוב, כדין שערי בגבי, ולה תדחל מיני אנט, כדין תגזור אמר ויקום לך ועל דרכיך נוגעו. The moment that we are behaving in that way, we start to experience the light in everything that we do. To eat light, to breathe light, to wear light, to understand light, we are receiving that life from the light of the Creator directly. Because we need to understand, and we want to have this in mind. When we are not eating, for example, we still have the energy of life, correct? Even a person not drinking for one day, still he has the energy of life. How come? Because the light of the Creator, that energy of vitality, is the only one that holds us alive. You can hear terrible stories about people that didn't eat and didn't drink for a long time. Maybe they will become, more skinny or something. But if the light of the Creator is still with them for some reason, they will stay alive. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that the light of the Creator is the one that hold our health, our life, our vitality, our energy. It's not the food itself. Of course, we need to eat, but with the right consciousness. We need to breathe with the right consciousness. We need to study with the right consciousness. We need to work with the right consciousness, etc., etc. Now, there's another concept that is connected to this, but it's already referring to the second portion that we are reading this week, which is the chapter of Bechukotai, that says something very powerful. Again, we have really a great opportunity this week to do a work that will help us to be ready for that holiday. And it says, if you go in my way, You're going to be blessed with tons of blessings, and most of the blessings that are mentioned there are physical blessings. So we see here that really this week is all about how do I receive the maximum? How do I receive all the possible blessings? And for that, we need to understand something, to be related to our blessings, to be connected to that fulfillment. What is the understanding that we need to have in order for us to be on the trace or on the track of doing our work, not only preparing for what's going to come for the holiday, but also to go through this period with the greatest experience. And the explanation of the righteous is that in this world, every system will go through the three steps. In the beginning, there is a thought, like the thought of creation. Then after the world was created, there was nothing. And then through our process of spirituality, we start to draw into our life different blessings that are similar. At the end of the day, they are going to be similar to the thought of creation. For example, if we take an example of something in our life, like we want to build a building, so it starts with a thought, then there is nothing, there's no building yet. We go through the process of building the building, preparing, planning, etc., actually taking the material, and at the end of the day, there will be the building that we were thinking to begin with. The same with preparing something to eat or any other projects that we have, any other things work on the same idea. I have a thought, I go through a process of emptiness, and then I create the thoughts. We go back to the thought, but manifesting. But then, what is the idea of Bechukotai telechu? Why won't you? I suggest you to go on my path. I'll read first the Zohar and then I'll explain. This time I'm reading in verse 20 in portion Bechukotai in the Zohar. ונתתי גשמכם בעיתם וגומר, כל חד וחד ייתן חילה דילי עליכם. מן אינון ההוא תיקונה עבדתון, דההוא שמה קדישה כגוונה דכתיב, ושמרו דרך אדוני לעשות צדקה ומשפט. וכי כיוון דכתיב ושמרו דרך אדוני עמי לעשות צדקה ומשפט, אלא מן דנתיר אורחוי דאורייתא כביכול הוא עושה צדקה ומשפט. ומהי צדקה ומשפט? דקדוש ברוך הוא בכה רבי שמעון ואמר, ואילון לבני נשה דלה ידעים ולמה משגיחים ביקרא דמראיהון, מן אביד שמה קדישה בכל יומה, הווה אימי מן דייהיב צדקה למסכני. The idea is like this, guys. We all want blessings. All of us would love to experience life that we see really the presence of the light, the miracles happening in our life every day. But for this, really the secret is here, this week and in this portion, in this chapter. If I want the blessing to be drawn to me and not to have to work hard, to make an effort is fine, but sometimes we find ourselves working hard to reach what we want, hard. And not always we see the results also, right? So the righteous Zohar, the Rav, Michael, they're explaining to us that in order for us really to draw, not working hard for this work, effort is fine, but not sometimes, I don't know if it happens to you, but right, that you're working so hard and like you finish the day, it's like, what? Where's all the light that I'm supposed to experience now? So the first thing we said before, each time relate to the light that exists in everything that I do. But the second thing is be on the path of the light. Make sure that you're doing the spiritual work. Sometimes we're doing a lot of efforts, but we are not doing what we need to do. A person that, for example, maybe hides behind papers when his tikkun or his correction or the work that he needs to do is open up to people and to speak to people. Or someone else that is speaking too much when he needs to learn to listen. We have the tendency to do the things that are comfortable for us. But we want, especially this week, especially in this period, we want to pay attention to those things that are not comfortable for me. I prefer to stay alone. So go out and meet other people, your friends, people to go and help, volunteer somewhere. Whatever is not comfortable for you, go out and do it. This way you're going to be on the path. What does it mean that I'm going to be in the path? What? Someone is watching me and saying I am on the path, I'm not on the path. Not at all. It's just a question, am I connecting to the system of light? Or I'm not connected to the system of light. That's all. Am I plugged into the system or unplugged from the system? If I'm plugged, what's going to happen? Something beautiful is going to happen. A blessing that I need or I think about is going to be drawn to my life now. The thought, we will not have to go through the hard work in order to experience that blessing of the thought. It will manifest itself. When we walk with the path of the light, blessings are appearing in our life from the infinite, from the thought. From my thought, if I was thinking about, abundance or love or health, it will come here and now. Not because only I thought about it, because I did my correction. And when it is on the road of the path of the light, then I start to see the blessings with, like, again, effort, but not when it's really hard. Okay? So when I see that things are too hard to reach, I want to pay attention, and I'm not passing too much of my time trying to fix it, but more pausing and going back to myself and saying, how am I doing my spiritual work from another point of view, from in another way, so I can actually draw that blessing without to be needing the hard work. Okay, so I would like, I read you for you already. So I would like to wish you a very powerful week, significant one, make a difference. And of course, if you need like a help to understand how to precise your correction, you can always talk to us. See you soon.